Hello, boys and girls. This is Miss Longoria. Today is April the 15th, 2020. In digit form, it's 4/15/20. This is the day you're going to be doing this lesson. Today, we're going to talk about making an inference. Now, we've been talking about inferencing for quite a while, so this is just kind of a repeat and a review. Making an inference. What we see or read, plus what you use in your background knowledge, that is what we call making an inference. So, again, whatever we see or read in a book and what you use as far as your background knowledge is making an inference. Of course, what you know is using your background knowledge. So today's lesson is calling for this worksheet in your packet. The title is New Home, New Friends. Now, Miss Longoria is going to read it, so make sure you follow along with me. Noah felt sad and alone. Even though he was with his mom, everything else was different. They had just moved. They did not know anyone here. The apartment was nearly empty. The moving truck had gotten stuck in a snowstorm. Noah and his mom could not even make dinner. Then there was a knock at the door. It was a boy about Noah's age. He asked Noah and his mother to join his family for dinner. That night, Noah and his mom made their first new friends in their neighborhood. Now, again, when we make an inference, we use what we see or read in the text, and we use our background knowledge. The first question from the story says, why couldn't Noah's mom make dinner? Well, we want you to use an orange crayon or an orange marker to find out why couldn't Noah's mom make dinner. In the story, it says, if we look at paragraph number 2, which is right here, it says that the apartment was nearly empty. That right there is very good details that we need for the story. Then it says the moving truck had gotten stuck in a snowstorm. Noah and his mom could not even make dinner. So here we have key important details about why Noah's mom could not make dinner. So in answering your question here, remember, we always have to have complete sentences. So here's what I put for that question. The moving truck had gotten stuck in a snowstorm, so the apartment was empty. That answers the question, why could Noah's mom not make dinner? You can go ahead and take the time to write it. Notice my sentence starts with a capital letter. There's end punctuation. Next question for number 2 says, where did Noah and his mom eat dinner? As you can see, I did use the color red to highlight important details. Where did Noah and his mom eat dinner? Well, in the third paragraph, it says, there was a knock at the door. It was a boy about Noah's age, and he asked Noah and his mother to join his family for dinner. So, where did he eat dinner? Their neighbors invited them over for dinner. That's where we find important key details to help us answer that question. And the last question. Noah was sad at the start of the story. How do you think he felt at the end? Tell why you think so. Now, looking at the story, we know that he was sad at the beginning of the story, but at the end, check this out. That night, Noah and his friend and his mom made their first new friends in their new neighborhood. Here's another clue detail right there. That's called an exclamation mark, which is what we've talked about before. That's another clue that I think Noah probably felt excited about making new friends. So, here was my answer. I think he felt excited about moving because he had new friends. Go ahead and work on this worksheet. Tell your mom or dad to help you out with this so that you can make complete sentences in your questions. And I'm going to move on to the next thing that you have to do for the lesson. The next thing that we're going to talk about is what is a prefix. Now, throughout the school year, we have been talking about prefixes and suffixes. And this is a reminder that a prefix comes at the beginning of a word. It changes the base word's original meaning. That means, for example, the root word is the base word, and when we add prefixes to it, it changes its meaning. Let's review some of these prefixes that we talked about in school. Re, which means again, as in the word reread. Dis, opposite of, like in the word disagree. And now it could mean not or opposite of, sorry. Pre, which means before, as in the word preschool. Ill, or mean not, as in the word impossible. Un, which means not, as in the word unhappy. Miss, as means wrongly, as in the word misspell. Over, which means too much, as in the word oversleep. Non or not, as in the word nonfiction. Now, the next worksheet that you have in your packet is, the title says The Retell, and we're going to be discussing re, the prefix re, meaning again. Now, if I were you, I'd take a highlighter, and when I read the story, I want you to highlight all the words that have re in them. Dad, can you retell the microwave story? Asked Pete. Okay, I can, said Dad. I went to reheat my lunch. I put it in the microwave. I walked away. The microwave started to smoke. I opened the door. I saw flames. I put out the fire. I then had to remake my lunch. I had to buy a new microwave too. I love that story. Can we rename it? I want to call it the lunch story, said Pete. Sure, that is fine with me, Dad said. Why don't you film me telling the story? Then you can replay it when you want to hear it, said Dad. That's a great idea, Dad. It will be like my favorite TV reruns. I can rewatch it whenever I want, said Pete. And there you go. We've got quite a few words in the story with the prefix re. Question number 1. What happened when Dad reheated his lunch? Reheated is right over here. I went to reheat my lunch. I put it in the microwave. Okay, so what happened when Dad reheated his lunch? He had to put it in the microwave again. And if you could please write that in a complete sentence. He had to put it in the microwave again. Question number 2. What did Pete rename the story? Rename is right over here. And he had to rename it, what? The lunch story. Sorry, my handwriting is messy. I'm writing on a towel. Now, for the last one, it says, use the word remake in a sentence. Now, remember, remake would mean what? If re means again, then that means to make again. Now, you write your own sentence here and let Mom and Dad check your sentence. The next worksheet that you will have is to practice your math facts. You should have done this on Monday, this column on Tuesday, and today, practice this with your mom or dad or grandma or grandpa to remember your facts. You can challenge yourself also. Make sure that you're getting timed on it. See how fast you can do it. And the last worksheet that you've got to do for today is a little assessment, and there's 2 parts to it. Remember when you're measuring objects to always make sure that you line up your object with the ruler to make sure you are measuring correctly. Please make sure that your parents check this over. Then you can take a picture of both of these papers and send it to your teacher. Have a great day, and we'll be seeing you tomorrow. Thank you.